Good evening again, young ladies and gentlemen, the remarkable final year students of the revered Catholic University of Malawi. I feel so honored, I feel privileged to be here with you tonight to celebrate this significant milestone in your academic journey. As I was sitting, I was talking to Mr. Future to say, why is it a night of all stars? And he said it's because every night is looking like a star. I agree with him. Ladies, you are looking like stars. Gentlemen, you are also looking like stars. Not to begin with, about 17 years ago, when I was expecting to graduate, like you, I was full of dreams, questions, and uncertainties about the future that was coming. I remember wondering, will I ever get a good job? Are we worried about getting a job? If I don't find a job, will I try to do a master's? But where will I get the scholarship? If I don't do a master's, should I try business or entrepreneurship? Then the question is, where do I get the capital? Tonight, as I stand before you, I want to share with you my personal story, my personal experiences, the insights of what you must expect ahead of you as you leave university. As someone who has been in your shoes, I believe my journey might offer some useful perspectives on how to navigate the challenges ahead of you. Let me take a moment to share with you how I turned those same questions that you have now into the life that I live today. And I know some of you are asking, who is the gentleman in front of us? I am Charles Zimba, like you rightly put it. I was born and raised in a very, very humble family in the north in Mzimba. A family so poor that after my father passed, when I was only in standard 7, I had to be taken care of by a step family that paid my secondary school fees at St. Patrick's Seminary in Rumpi. I did well in my MSc, and therefore I went on to study at MUBAS, the then Polytechnic, and graduated with a degree in civil engineering. In the year 2009, where were we in 2009, ladies? 2009? Primary school? At least you are not very far. But my dear friends, my story is not just about education. It's about hard work. It's about persistence. It's about determination. It's about focus and the desire to break free from a cycle of poverty. And therefore, in the first 3 years after my graduation, I worked for an engineering company, but made a decision to register my own company in 2010. It was a bold decision, because by then I had only worked for a year. So therefore I registered Sempa Construction. And 2 years later, I resigned from my job. to focus my full time on building my business. And therefore, young ladies and gentlemen, what started as a dream in 2010, Semper Construction, has today grown into Seco Holdings, a conglomerate with interest in construction, water, technology, real estate, logistics, and finance. What started as a dream in 2010 with just 4 employees has today expanded into 100 permanent employees and over 500 temporary staff at any moment. What started as a dream in 2010 in Malawi has today turned into an international business with footprints in South Africa, Zambia, and the UK. I am saying, what started as a dream in 2010 with a mere 5 million contract has today grown into a lucrative portfolio. I know that you too have dreams. You want to get a dream job. You want that scholarship to further your studies. Some of you want to become exactly like what I am, an entrepreneur. But the question is, how did I, within 17 years, move from the position in which you are to where I am today? And therefore, I come to the point where I explain about my driving force. What drives me on this journey? As they say, every journey starts with a powerful internal force. I knew that simply finding a job, no matter how well paying it was, would not give me the freedom that I needed. I needed more. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, a person who would create wealth and build something lasting. To do that, I know some of you are already thinking about what I needed. I needed capital, of course. And for that, therefore, I had to start with a job. So friends, your internal force will drive you. And therefore, I want to find out from you. What fuels you? What is your passion? What are you willing to fight for? What sacrifices are you willing and prepared to make to get to where you want to be? Not all of us may end up in entrepreneurship or in business. Some of us will have to get a job, and therefore I will explain a little bit about how you can make yourself ready to secure a job. Trust me, once you graduate, securing a job will seem like the fastest route to financial independence. But maybe before you get that job, you must ask yourselves, am I taking this job to climb the ladder of the corporates, or I'm just using it as a stepping stone to build my own future through entrepreneurship? If you want to quickly get a job, the following must be looked at very closely. Number one, you must maximize the value of your degree. Education is what you remember when all that you learned in class has been forgotten. Do not just look at the piece of paper that the Catholic University has given you. Look at the doors it can open for you. Apply for those jobs everywhere. Do not wait for opportunities to come to you. Seek them, and seek them so actively. You must invest time in your CV and the cover letters. Remember that it's the CV that speaks before you speak. Take them seriously. Seek help from those professionals that you know, or even your mentors. They will guide you on how to craft a competitive CV. You must network. 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 You must get in touch with the experienced people in the field. Talk to them. Learn from their experiences. Use those connections to build a network that will help you move forward. Make your presence felt, both physically like here or indeed online. It could be on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Let's not use these platforms just to view videos from Equatorial Guinea or wherever they come from. These platforms can be used to showcase our skills, our talents. When you are in a physical space like this one, and you meet some important people, do not waste their time by talking about football. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about your skills. Talk about your future aspirations. And maybe I should give you a small example on that. One of the people I met a year ago in a function similar to this is now my media officer. When I met her, all she told me was how she was passionate about media, how she looked at her next 5 years a year ago. And a few days ago, I picked my phone, called her and said, I want a media officer. She is now employed with me. And I'll ask her to stand and just wave at us. Cindy. So the point I'm making is, take advantage of every space you find, every important person you meet. Food alone is not enough. And now, like I have said, it's not all of us that will go into a job search. Some of us will take the route like mine. And if I am to be honest with you, the real change in my life began when I decided to pursue entrepreneurship. I knew that to break free from poverty, I needed to build wealth through business. But like you, I was wondering how. By taking risks and investing in myself. In my second year of employment, I registered my construction company. And for the next 2 years, I worked double shifts at my company and at the company that had hired me. But eventually I made a leap and resigned from my job and committed fully to my business. That was the last time I worked for someone. And that was the last time I will work for someone. Is anyone here ready for entrepreneurship? But I must be honest with you, it's not easy. Because even in the words of the richest person on earth, Elon Musk, he says being an entrepreneur is like eating grass and staring into the abyss of death. And we're talking about the richest person in the world. While all of us think maybe it must be very rosy for him. Entrepreneurship is challenging and demanding. Along the way you face doubt, frustration, discouragement from others. You hear things like, just get a job, work hard, keep upgrading. Eventually you get your dream job. Business, where do you get capital from? You can't succeed in business in Malawi. After all, it only works for politicians or those with connections. Even if you hear these things, these comments must never discourage you. Don't let them kill your entrepreneurship spirit. If you decide to take a plunge into business, be determined and be patient. The capital will come. And if you remain focused, you will succeed. And for those going for entrepreneurship, here are a few tips. You must start with a solid business idea. Consult those who are succeeding in business for advice. Ask for guidance on shaping your idea. Because like everything else, a business idea does not start very clearly. It grows with time. You must find potential investors. They could be friends. And let me tell you, friends that you have in your life will shape your life. They say you are an average of the 5 people that surround you, and therefore you must choose friends with that in mind. Potential investors can be your family. Even banks are potential sources of capital. Or you can just start small and build from wherever you are. You start small but never think small. You must think big. Don't let small beginnings discourage you. Focus on how you intend to grow your business over time. And remember, every big thing takes time to build. You must find mentors. Learn from those who have walked the path before. We must never reinvent the wheel. Let's not make mistakes. Those who have made mistakes before us will tell us what to do and what not to do. You must read. Read, ladies and gentlemen, because the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you will be to face challenges. You must keep learning. Keep learning. Attend seminars. Read books. And in the present times, the books are just in your hands, on your phone. I want to tell you a story of Nokia. The CEO of Nokia, at the point that the company was closing, said, and I quote, "We did not do anything wrong, but for some reason, we closed." If you can't learn what is happening around you, you will close your companies. In conclusion, I want to challenge you that for me to be where I am, I was guided by the following principles. I had a vision. I was very, very clear of the entrepreneurship goal that I wanted to achieve. And as the scripture says in Proverbs 29 verse 18, where there's no vision, the people perish. So I urge you to come up with your own vision. What do you see the next 5 years, the next 10 years? I worked hard. You must work hard, because no matter how long it takes, those who work hard will succeed. Remain focused on your vision. There will be a lot of distractions, but you must not accept to be distracted. Be persistent, because you will fail. Only persistence will take you to your goal. Distinguished students, with these few insights, I want to leave you with these words. Action without vision is only passing time. Vision without action is mere daydreaming. But vision with action can change the world. My conviction this evening tells me that you are the ones we have been waiting for. You will change the world. Thank you very much for your attention, and may God bless you, and all the best as you go out there.